everybody, this is Karina for Videmic, where we attempt to bring order to the chaos of the web TV universe. Because we know you're too lazy to do it yourself. And today we're gonna get right down to it. Yes, it. Since sex sells and we are shamelessly trying to get your attention in this, our first episode, today is all about web TV and sex. And none of it's gonna be porn. So sorry if that's what you were looking for. So let's take a look at a couple of web video projects that are shamelessly promoting themselves using sex. Yeah, like us. But it's okay that we're doing it because we're doing it ironically. First up is the now well-established Hot for Words, the language and word origins show hosted by racy Russian Marina Orlova, a philologist and word nerd extraordinaire. And even I, as a bona fide word nerd with no interest in cleavage, still find it interesting.
What's going on here? Why all the interest in the word booby? Hats for Words decided to investigate. Booby has been around since the late 1500s, and it probably came from the Spanish word bobo, meaning a stupid person. And also...
Well done, Marina! Using your hotness to educate all those geeks who can't even put a sentence together after spending days in front of their computers with no human contact. You're doing a public service, and we salute you. And now let's talk about teases, shows that build up a sexy selling point and then fail to deliver. Case in point, Naked Wine. At the sensual URL of slurpswish.com, Susan Sterling gives us her tasting notes on various vintages while wearing, well, it appears to be nothing. But since the shot cuts off at the shoulders, we don't know if she's naked at all. She could be wearing anything. Now, that's not to say this isn't a quality show. This woman definitely seems to know her vino. And I say that because I have no idea what she's talking about.
Off dry, but the acidity is preserved. Some slightly tropical notes and a bit of stone. I get cigar box, tobacco, that is round, that is mouth-filling.
Round and mouth-filling? Are we still talking about wine? That's it, I guess. Come for the fake nakedness and stay for the wacky jargon. And if you study hard enough, maybe you too can become a sommelier. Now, on to sex videos on the web that actually teach about sex. I know, though I warn you, some do it better than others. For an all-around, general, fairly conventional sex advice show, you can check out AskDanandJennifer.com. They cover all the basic topics from orgasm tips to equipment to health issues like STDs or social issues like bisexuality or swinging.
Another huge mistake that guys make in bed is becoming too boring or predictable, okay? We're all guilty of this to some extent, but guys especially. No offense, I'm not looking at you.
She's looking at me.
Moving on, let's see what the pros can tell us. Not those pros, health pros at the Doctor's Channel. It's internet TV for doctors, and they have a whole category on sexual medicine. What can they teach us?
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has issued an alert about complications related to transvaginal placement of surgical mesh devices used to repair pelvic organ prolapse and stress urinary incontinence.
Fascinating. If I knew what pelvic organ prolapse was, perhaps it was just a little over my head. What else? Okay, oh my God, they've got Dr. Ruth. This is awesome. I thought she was dead. All right, what does she have to say about masturbation?
Let me tell you women out there on the Doctor's Channel a secret. Come here, come nearer. If he wants to have more sex than you, big deal. Give him an orgasm, it takes 2 minutes.
Dr. Ruth, keeping it real. So now that we've looked at sexy, non-sex related shows and had a little sex ed, we're gonna take a look at a couple of web series that are definitely using sex as a hook to get people interested. First up, Young American Bodies by Joe Swanberg is up on the Independent Film Channel's website, and it focuses on a group of normal, everyday young people living in the big city and trying to get laid, or talking about getting laid, or talking about not getting laid. And when they're not talking about getting their young American bodies together with other young American bodies, they're just having, normal, everyday, realistic conversations that we can all relate to.
Tell me if you've had this dream where somebody's attacking you or you're trying to defend yourself against something, but you can't punch, you can't get any force behind.
And that seems to be this series' hook, realism. And I do want to give them props for working condoms into their sex scenes, something most movies and TV still seem to pretend don't exist. So thumbs up on the safe sex. There's something odd about this though. When the sex scenes start up and you see dopey guy's erect member all of a sudden, it's kind of like you've just walked in on your dorky flatmate in an intimate situation.
You owe me $20 for the late bill.
And finally, from AD Miles, we get Hot Sluts. It's about a cute but tough Midwestern girl named Amber, played by Allison Brie, in a role that's very different from her recent one on Mad Men. She's just arrived at the roughest, nastiest, cleavage-bustingest cocktail bar in LA. Scenarios.
Remember what I tell you. This douchebag will try to grab your butt while you serve cocktail, so watch out.
What do?
I wait until I get tip, then I drop knee bomb on their crotch like this.
Oh! God damn it! I didn't do anything!
It is only a matter of time until you try to grab my butt like all the others.
Alrighty folks, that's it for the first episode of Videmic. Today we covered sex, so what's up next? Drugs and rock and roll, yeah baby! See you around the web. Sommelier, from the Middle French word for a person charged with transporting supplies, from the Old French word for a pack animal, a sommier, related to somme or burden.